but you're here for something. You're here because you like me. You're here because you enjoy my content. And y'all like to see me cuss out people on the road. Okay, I think I may have resolved a little bit of a little bit. It's definitely my mount. I need to buy a new mount, child. So I was supposed to be going over I was gonna do PNTV today. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go over the stuff that's been happening in the news that I haven't been reported on. But y'all, I forgot to look up information. I really did. I know some basic headlines. Since the last time I reported, we know that Cassie, R&B singer who used to date Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy Combs. I forgot all the other damn nicknames this man got. P. Diddy, Sean John. He got a lot of damn names, right? She used to date him. I was very surprised when I learned that they were dating. I was like, Cassie and Diddy? It didn't even fucking match. Well, she since has filed rape and abuse charges against him for the 10 years in which they were dating. They were dating a long damn time. There's been rumors about P. Diddy for years, that we've been hearing for years, of how abusive he is to the women he's dated. There are even alleged rumors that he had something to do with the death of his former wife, Kim. Jaguar White talked about it a lot, when she be exposed to people. Y'all better listen to Jaguar. You may not like the way her delivery, you may not like the fact that she's talking about people that you like, but some of the shit that Jaguar be saying may be stemmed in truth. That's all I'm saying. So immediately Puff Daddy settled the suit, or they settled the suit. I want to say $30 million. With the new laws that have come out in several states allowing women to file civil cases against their abusers, this fell right into line with being one of those cases. And Puffy said, y'all not finna drag my name out for months, for years, because sometimes these cases can go on for years. Puffy said, we gonna get this out the way. Let me go ahead and pay her. I got the money to throw around like that, because you see what he be doing with the City Girls girl and other people. He got the money to throw around, so let me go ahead and give it to her, and this will go away in a few months rather than a few years. That's basically the whole thing. He didn't want to be dragged to court and have that on his image for years to come. Just going through court for years. So he paid her off $30 million. Niggas is mad, and I'm not talking about just black niggas. I'm talking about white niggas too. They all mad. You gonna know I know that white people talking about this as much as black people, because that's all I hear about at work. I work with maybe 4 black people. The rest of them are white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black people. 8. I forgot about the girl up front. 8 black people out of 42 employees. That's what I'm saying. And trust me, that's all the men at work have been talking about, is the fact that Diddy had to pay Cassie this money. Actually, you know what? It wasn't about the fact that Diddy had to pay Cassie this money. It's about the fact that Cassie waited 10 years to say something. Why she wait 10 years if it really happened? Think about it. He just pled guilty, so to speak. In a civil case, you don't have to, he just basically pled guilty, so to speak, by making a settlement, okay? A settlement in that large amount, which means that the girl still had proof. Regardless of how long ago it was, she still had proof. You don't know what type of trauma that could put on a person. She been in that relationship for 10 years, enduring all the things that she alleged she did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, file away, child. Anybody that can file away. The thing that gets me though is there a lot of, this is not a negative against Cassie, but there's a lot of regular schmegler women out here, people who are not celebrities, who have been victims like this and has not had the ability to take it to court and prove it to a judge about their abuse. I remember when I was raped. I couldn't even get the police to believe me. I called them. I went to the hospital. They attempted to do a rape kit on me. They couldn't because of how swollen and painful the vaginal area was for me. They couldn't even touch it without me being in severe pain. So they couldn't do the rape kit. Well, the police said that I refused to do the rape kit. That's what they put in their report, that I refused to do it. It wasn't that I refused to do it. The doctors couldn't do it because I was that swollen and shit like that, right? The guy who did it, he lived downstairs. He lived upstairs from me. I lived downstairs. And his cousin that lived in the house, and there's a girl that lived there, they claimed that I was just jealous and trying to get him charged with rape because he was with her and I was jealous of her. I thought the girl was his cousin too. That's how he introduced. That's how he told me he lived with two of his cousins. So I didn't know that was his girlfriend. So I didn't. That story didn't even line up. But that's the story that police took and ran with. They didn't even want to hear my point of view when the rape kit didn't go through. Right? To this day I don't remember his name, but I remember his face. Last time I was in St. Louis, not the last time, but when I was back home in St. Louis, I was in the Walgreens and I ran into him, and I just like my breath caught in my chest and it stopped short on me, right? And my mother was like, "What the fuck happened?" I don't think I've ever been scared of a person before so much in my life, and I didn't even realize that I had that fear. It's just when I saw him, I stopped dead in my tracks, and that was years after it happened. I want to say that I saw this person probably about 2 or 3 years. I want to say 2013, 14, 15. One of them 3 years I saw him. The incident happened in 1996. I didn't even realize I was still carrying on the trauma until I actually physically saw that person. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know how much trauma that a person can carry from an incident. And especially if you went through, that was one time. Once the situation happened, my apartment complex believed me. They moved me. They kicked him out and moved me to a different unit so he wouldn't know where I lived. They believed me. And so that it was a one-time situation with that person for me. And it still carried years of trauma that I didn't even realize was there until I saw his face and it triggered me again. Another time, I was going to a Radio Shack. Y'all remember Radio Shack? I was going to a Radio Shack and I walked in and the cousin that he lived with was there. The cousin that he lived with did not even attack me. But when I saw his face, I had the exact same reaction. I mean, I immediately, this was more closer to the time. It wasn't 2013, 2014. This is probably about 2002, 2003, around that time. It was like within the 10-year window of the situation actually happening. And when I saw him, I just broke down in tears in the fucking Radio Shack. And as soon as he saw my face, he just started apologizing to me. Apologizing for what his cousin did. But the emotional effects and trauma that it can have on a person, you don't know. So you don't know when it is time. I'm trying to choke back emotional response right now. You don't know when it is to have, when is a person time that they feel comfortable enough to speak out on it and to do something about it. I wish I could remember the dude's name, child. I wish I could remember the dude's name. But I should have sued the Ferguson police. The same Ferguson police that was involved in the Mike Brown situation. I was living in Ferguson at the time. I wish I could have sued the Ferguson police. I probably still can't. Ain't no telling. For how they handled that situation. Like even still, my brother moved in with me, right? My brother moved in with me. My brother stole from me while he moved in with me. My boyfriend at the time stole from me while I was going through this trauma. So the fact that these two men violated my trust while I was going through something traumatic like that, an experience like that, it makes me, for a long time I hated my brother, put it like that, because I associated him with the rape. For a long time, I think me and my brother just started speaking maybe a couple years ago. I'm 50 years old now. This shit happened in 1996. I was 23. I just started forgiving my brother for being an asshole when I got raped. I moved him into my house. He needed a place to live at the same time, and that motherfucker stole from me. So I was so mad for years. My grandmother went to her grave upset at the fact that I still wouldn't speak to my brother, and then the lie he told about the whole stealing situation. And it was something simple. He stole a $700 camcorder from me. Y'all remember camcorders? He stole a $700 camcorder from me. My boyfriend at the time stole $400 from me out of my ATM card, out of my ATM machine. Anywho, child. What my point is, this ain't about me, it's about Cassie. My point is, you never know when somebody is at a place to take steps to speak out against their abuser. And with these new laws that have been created, it is allowing women more time to get their voice, get that strength. I'm so happy she did it, because it kind of has sparked a movement. In a sense, a lot of people in the hip hop industry are now speaking out against their abusers. And the crazy thing about it is, like, we as fans of the hip hop community, we always kind of knew, or we kind of had a feeling. A lot of people had a feeling. You can hear some of the lyrics that they say. You know, now I'm not accusing T-Pain of anything, because I don't know, but I was listening to one of my favorite songs by him the other day. It's him, Huey, and Bow Wow on the remix of Pop, Lock, and Drop It. And one line that T-Pain said, he calls himself Mr. Pinned Her Ass Down. And for some reason, I heard that for the first time. I've been singing it forever. Mr. Teddy, Mr. Pinned Her Ass Down. I've been singing it forever. But the fact, I think because I have grown mentally in this space, I'm starting to hear things and feel things a different way than I did when I was an immature youth. Even when I was in my 20s, I was still an immature youth. I have had a lot more life experiences now. And it's not that it was basically just a accepted culture. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that was accepted. So when he said that, it didn't register to me that it's a possibility that he could be holding people down against their will. Like I said, I'm not accusing T-Pain of anything. But that's just how I heard that voice, that verse now. That line. Mr. Teddy pinned her ass down. And there's so many other songs out there, not just hip hop, but R&B songs too, as well, that make you say, the fuck? That sound like rape to me. And that's just how I heard it. I mean, and it's a shame that now I'm listening to music with new ears. But the same thing happened with R. Kelly, with Robert Kelly. Once you learned of all the offenses that he had went through, and people was assuming, that R. Kelly was an anomaly. No, this has happened all through the hip hop and R&B industry for years, and people are finally speaking up. But people just assumed that he was the only one, and now that they looking at P. Diddy. Of course, a lot of the men that I've been hearing talking, they just trying to bring another black man down. Now Cassie ain't even black, they stuff like that. I don't know what Cassie's nationality is, but that's one of the things I heard him saying. And like I said, and we ain't got that many. We got two black men at the office. The rest of these is just other nationalities, white and Latino people that's speaking on this topic in that manner. They are more upset that the woman spoke out and getting paid for it than what actually happened. There was a post on Twitter. This was not supposed to be all about the rape. This wasn't supposed to be all about that. But anyway, on Twitter, there was a post this guy put up, or this girl put up. And she said, it's amazing that every woman that I know knows someone or has been a victim of sexual abuse. But every man that I know claim they don't know one man who has been the abuser or the raper. And when you go under that tweet, you see so many men feeling attacked. I ain't got no friends like that. Bullshit. I don't know nobody like that. Y'all, I don't know what kind of men y'all been involved with. Bullshit. If every woman out here knows of some other woman, or even men, or knows of a person, let's not just say some woman, knows of a person that has been either raped or sexually assaulted in their lifetime, you cannot tell me that you don't know a single man who has done the committing. A lot of them threw out, well, I know a woman that's did it, but you don't know no men. I even know a couple women that have committed the assault against other women, against other men. But men sit here and pretend like it ain't happening. They don't know nobody that's done it. They see it just like I do. Y'all remember when I was in St. Louis and I used to be riding down the street and to see a motherfucker getting attacked on the side of the road, being abused on the side of the road, and I would stop and intervene, and I would always say there was other people standing around. Those other people were men, but these would be the same men that be on the Twitters talking about they ain't never seen it, they ain't never heard, they don't know nobody. You do know. You know your fucking neighbor. You stood there and watched me intervene in the situation, but you didn't want to get involved. Like there's a guy at in the poetry community in St. Louis that has been accused of assault and rape against a girl. This motherfucker had the nerve to make a post before I lost my Facebook account on Facebook, how everybody just abandoned him in life, and everybody just abandoned him, and he don't understand why. The first people that abandoned you in the community was probably the women. I actually tried to get the man help because I had considered him a friend. And after hearing about that situation, we had conversations about sexual assault and abuse and things like that. I got excuses of why it was not considered sexual assault because that's his woman. Yada, yada, yada. I can't even tell you how many offenses that I done had of assault. My own husband even raped me before. Child. Especially in relationships with people that's dating you, they think they have ownership over you. Or people that you may have slept with before think they have ownership over you. And when you refuse to have sex with them, then they try to take it from you. They feel like you owe it to them because you theirs. You know what I'm saying? Remember when I moved here and I had my Jamaican friend help me move? Did y'all see them videos? That's probably what's missing. The videos of the move still missing. Okay, and one of my friends from YouTube, she drove from Atlanta to St. Louis to help me move. Let's Love Fuller. I'm Fit to Love Me channel. Live Fuller, Love Fuller. I think that's a new channel right here. She helped me move. Now, when she got there, she kept talking about how cute he was and maybe I should get back with him. And the fact that he was willing to help me move and pack up and everything. Because I don't know where he was at. He was a truck driver. He was on the road, right? But yeah, so he helped me do all these things. And usually when I needed something, I can call on him. Call him in the clutch. He'd come through. But so he came here to visit. He was driving through Orlando. And when he came through, I let him stay in Was it the guest room? I don't know what it was. Where did I let him stay? I was gonna let him sleep on the couch because he was gonna get up early in the morning and leave out because he was on the road. That's what it was. Now I had a guest room. Guest room was upstairs on the second floor. Even though this man knows my child, he's been around my child because we dated for a while. I still don't trust men for the most part around my child like that. My daughter, and she's grown, because of the experiences that I went through. But when I came through, he tried to force himself onto me while we were here, while he was here. And then laughed at it when I told him to get the fuck out of my house, because we ended up getting to a physical altercation. First of all, if I wanted to fuck you, my mama in one room, my daughter in another. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? That's trife. But the fact that you try to take it from me when I told you, no, I don't want to fuck you, then it became an issue. So, like, to this day, that was when I moved here in 2018. To this day, this motherfucker still sends me WhatsApp messages. I try to block him on everything else. He still sends me stuff through WhatsApp, trying to get with me, and told me that I was overreacting. Like, you physically try to force yourself into my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, physically try to remove my clothes and shit. So, like, until now, like, when I see his number, his name pop up, we share the same fucking birthday, which just pisses me off. But when I see his name pops up, it fucking triggers me. And the act never went to completion. I should have had his ass arrested. That's what I should have had. But I didn't. And I didn't because of the type of relationship that we had, the bond that we had, the things that he's done for me in life. And that may have been very well why Cassie took so long. Because there was some point in her relationship that she actually loved that man. There's some point in her relationship that she cared about how that news would affect his children, his business. But at some point, Cassie had to start thinking about herself. And that's what happened. That's what you did. Like, for me right now, like, if I was to go back and try to report it right now, me, a regular old smuggler person, I probably wouldn't get a legal person, a lawyer, a nothing, and sit there and actually listen to my claim seriously. And that's the only issue I have, that I wish a lot more of us non-celebrities would speak up and speak out. Me, what I could do right now, because I got a YouTube platform, Marvin Mills is the person who tried to attack me here in Orlando. Once my friend, once my ex-boyfriend. I can call the motherfucking names out. My Aunt Barbara's husband, Leon Benjamin Stewart, he's dead now, but I can call people fucking names out now. That's the place I am in my life. That has physically assaulted me, molested me for 40 years of my life. Patrick Davis, another ex-boyfriend of mine. Perez Daniels, another ex-boyfriend of mine. I mean, I can go on. The list can go on. And I don't know if I'm like consciously blocking out the name of the guy who actually, the one who in Ferguson, that situation happened when I came out. I don't know if I am mentally blocking him out. Maybe it'll come back to me. But I know if I see that motherfucking face, I can tell you, I can see his face again. I know it. I know it without a doubt. He probably still going down to Skate King in St. Louis and skating. That's where he used to be at all the time. I bet you if I see his face, I can pull it out. I bet you I could. I mean, but like I said, I can name other motherfuckers too if I want to keep naming. That's the only thing I can do right now on this platform. I can call motherfuckers out. But I'm glad this Cassie speaking up. I'm glad that others are coming out and speaking up. We always hear rumors about these executives, these producers, things like that, creating unsafe environments for their artists, male and female alike. What's that one that was with B2K and he claimed that man assaulted him? Oh God, I can't think of his name. He came back out just in the recent couple of years and said that this ain't true. I don't believe that. I believe the original story. It was just like when Janice Dixon came out about Bill Cosby. She originally, when people first asked her about it, she denied it. But then she came out in her book and mentioned it again. And people don't believe when she mentioned it this time because she lied about it the first time. And the reason why she lied about it because she was trying to protect him. Same thing with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. When she originally came up about the fact that what happened with the shooting, she was saying she was trying to protect him. And then when he started lying about the situation in more detail, she's like, I can't keep holding on the lie. I gotta tell the truth, right? That's what happened with Janice. But that's what I think happened with that young boy with the B2K. I think that when he first told about it, because nobody believed him. Still, to this day, people still didn't believe him. And now that he's saying, okay, that wasn't true. Now everybody like, I knew he was lying. I knew he was lying. No, I think that was true. I still think it was true. I still think it was true. Just thinking about the music industry as a whole and like the connection that my family members have and just meeting some of these clown ass dudes, these producers, these wannabe promoters, these wannabe DJs, these wannabe upcoming rappers, all that shit. Videographers, don't get me in on the cameraman. So I had a lot of these video girls turn into what we call video hoes because they've been pimped around the fucking industry. But when you have it, it's part of your relationship. The amount of trauma and drama that comes from that is just, it's too much. That wasn't supposed to be what this video was about, child. It wasn't supposed to be all about that situation. But I'm at work now, so yes it is. I'll talk to y'all in another video. Peace.